This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. Porsche purists cringed when the company announced it was coming out with an electric car, but the Taycan is turning out to be a hit. Through the first 9 months of the year, it outsold the 911 on a global basis. In fact, it's Porsche's third most popular model, only trailing the Cayenne and Macan. And the success of the Taycan is helping the Volkswagen Group post some decent EV sales numbers. Through the first 9 months of the year, the group delivered over 293,000 BEVs globally, up 138% compared to a year ago. In the third quarter alone, the group delivered over 122,000 BEVs, a 109% gain. The vast majority of those sales, nearly 3/4, were in Europe. The top 5 were the VW ID4 and ID3, the Audi e-tron, Porsche Taycan, and the Skoda Enyaq 4. Stellantis is going to keep its dealers in Europe, but they're no longer going to sell new cars. Instead, Stellantis is going to handle all the sales and financing, while the dealers will be the point where customers pick up their vehicles and get them serviced. In industry jargon, it's called an agency model. You know, Europe does not have the kind of strict franchise laws that protects new car dealers like in the US. Even more, in 2023, the EU will give automakers even more discretion to run their own dealerships. Here's our Autoline insight. This is going to give Stellantis the opportunity to do a lot more online sales and create a consistent sales experience for its customers, instead of each dealership doing it differently. And it's going to make automakers in the US mighty jealous of what they could do in Europe. If you don't count Canada and Mexico, the US imports cars that are made in 16 different countries. And now we can add another to the list, Vietnam. Yesterday, VinFast, which is Vietnam's only automaker, announced it will start selling electric CUVs in the US starting next March. In fact, it's going to make its debut at the LA Auto Show, which is held in November. Its small CUV, the E35, packs a big punch. It puts out 402 horsepower. It also has about 250 miles of range from a 106 kilowatt-hour battery pack, probably with lithium iron phosphate cells. We don't have info on the larger E36 CUV. VinFast is still a very small company. It only sold 30,000 ICE vehicles in Vietnam last year, but it has ambitious plans to grow fast.
Mobility is becoming electric, connected, and autonomous, just like the manufacturing world. But will always be one thing: a reliable partner for our customers.
Eight-way power seats are fine, but wouldn't it be cool to have a car seat that's custom fitted to you? Well, Porsche is doing it, and it's all thanks to 3D printing. The seats can be retrofitted to Boxsters, Caymans, and 911s, and starting next February, the seat can be ordered on new cars. Parts of the cushion and backrest are 3D printed, and the different sections are clipped together, so no adhesives are needed. It's available in 3 rigidity grades, and Porsche says it's 8% lighter than a conventional bucket seat. But they're not exactly cheap. Be prepared to plunk down roughly 2,700 euros, or a little over $3,100. Ford is giving the Focus a facelift in Europe, and while each model will have its own slightly different design cues, every Focus sees a new hood, LED headlights, relocated Ford badge, and a completely new lower fascia. Power comes from a range of gas and diesel engines, and for the first time, a 7-speed automatic trans is available with EcoBoost hybrid engines, which are integrated with a 48-volt starter generator. If you're wondering, there is still an ST model, but other than the aforementioned design changes and new wheels and seats, there's not much else to talk about. However, every model will benefit from Ford's latest Sync 4 infotainment system, which includes a large 13.2-inch center display screen mounted in a landscape layout. Look for the refreshed Focus to start launching across Europe soon. Acura recently revealed that the Integra is making a comeback, and if that wasn't good enough news, it also revealed that customers will be able to row through their own gears. This video shows the manual transmission of a Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, and all-new Gen 5 Integra. Better still, it gives a little preview of the exhaust note. I'm sure we'll keep getting little teasers like these until the Integra's full reveal sometime next year. Whether it be offcuts or trimmings, there's a lot of leftover materials in the manufacturing process. And rather than toss those in the trash, for the last 3 years, the Hyundai Group has partnered with fashion companies to repurpose the materials into a clothing line. Using airbags, seat belts, and other recycled materials, 12 different items, including jackets, sweatshirts, and pants, will be sold in stores and online. Prices range from 65 to 160 euros, or about $75 to $185.
We want to know what drives your testing. OTA, connected car, diagnostics, remote testing. Intrepid Control Systems is here to help you work from anywhere. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
Nissan and its Chinese joint venture partner Dongfeng are going to make Nissan's e-Power hybrid system in China. That e-Power system is a different type of hybrid. The car is only powered by an electric motor. An ICE engine charges the battery but is not connected to the wheels. So from a driving experience, the vehicles feel like a BEV, even though they're technically not. It'll be fascinating to see if this kind of system catches on with Chinese consumers, and we'll know soon enough. It goes on sale in the Nissan Sylphy later this month, and that Nissan Sylphy is the Nissan Sentra. A few months back, Renault created a joint venture with a company called Plug Power to develop fuel cell versions of the Renault Master Van. And now it's unveiling the first prototype called the Master Van H2 Tech. It features a 30 kilowatt fuel cell, a 33 kilowatt hour battery pack, and 4 tanks that hold a total of 6 kilograms of hydrogen, which provides 500 kilometers or 310 miles of range. The van will be available next year. Fully autonomous cars are right around the corner, and that's according to Dan Ammann, who runs Cruise, the AV subsidiary of General Motors. He says that in 1 to 2 years, in several U.S. cities, you'll be able to order an AV that'll arrive within minutes. In 3 to 4 years, you'll be able to do that in multiple cities in the U.S., and in 5 to 6 years, you'll be able to do that almost everywhere in the U.S. and in major global cities. And now comes the bombshell. Cruise is going to offer its AV package to retail customers of GM electric vehicles, and it can be retrofitted. That's right. You'll be able to take your GM EV to your local dealer, upgrade it to full autonomy, and let your vehicle drive you home. But that's all we've got for this week. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering, boost your game. And by Scheffler, we pioneer motion. Wards is the industry leader for news, data, and analysis. That's why companies across the globe subscribe to our premium service, maybe even your own. Log in for subscriber access now, check your company's intranet for details, and rely on wardsauto.com to keep you informed.